Do you have gas, bloating, constipation, heartburns, and you think that they are common? Let me tell you, just because they are common does not mean they are normal. And in this video, I'm going to share that one thing which can get you rid of that. Hi everyone, my name is Manisha Mehta. I am your own clinical dietitian and sports nutritionist, and you are on my channel Re-Nourish with Manisha. I am trying here to make fitness easy for foodies. For those of you who do not think that these are big enough problems to be considered even, I would like to tell that these are the issues which can aggravate and become irritable bowel syndrome, gastritis, or even heart disorders, diabetes, and hypertension. Because digestion is the process which provides energy for the entire body, and if digestion is impaired, that is the reason which can lead to low energy for the entire system and impaired energy for the entire system and impaired functioning of the entire system. So just reiterating what I said, just because it is common does not mean it is normal. Now you can be one of those people who say that I eat whatever I want and I don't care about the junk food or the healthy food and I just eat whatever I see. Or you can be someone who can say that no matter how clean I eat, I always have bloating. No matter how good I eat, I always have acidity. So let's just discuss the major reason why these things originate or why these things were never there a few decades ago. Before I tell you the exact reason for this, I want you to tell me this one thing first. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you are eating like this? Or like this? Or like this? If you're saying no, I know you're lying. Now, why are these scenarios important? Because as you must have heard that we are what we eat, there is an extension to that statement. We are what we absorb. It doesn't matter what you're eating. If you are not absorbing what you're eating, it's of no use, right? Now, what does that statement mean? I mean, of course, whatever we are eating, our body should absorb, right? Well, wrong. Let me take you through the process of digestion once. There was a little thing which was not told to us in school, which is that the digestion doesn't begin when we eat something. Digestion actually begins when we even think about food. So, if you're looking at something which you really want to eat, or it is time for your meal and you're not eating, or you are even thinking about food, you start to salivate, right? Like for example, if I think about well, whom am I kidding? I salivate with any kind of food, so let's even drop that. If we think about food, we salivate. Why does that happen? Because our brain gets stimulated with the thought of food also, and that's where it starts to produce all the enzymes, all the chemicals which are going to help us in digesting that food. So when we think about food, our brain gets activated. When our brain gets activated, it activates our salivary glands which are there in the mouth, which get ready to start churning and dissolving the food which will come to our mouth. Once that happens, then our stomach gets ready with all the acids to digest the food, which will be broken down to carbohydrates, protein and fats, and then the intestines get ready to break down that food further. Large intestines and our healthy bacteria, which we spoke about in the last week's video here, they start to prepare themselves to absorb all the vitamins and all the minerals, and that's how our thought can also begin the digestion process. But this process happens only when we are in the rest and digest mode. So there are two modes in which our body exists. First is the rest and digest, where our body is at peace, at rest, and it is in the process of digestion, of healthy build-up in the body, and then energy is more and all of those things. Your sleep quality is better. And on the other hand, there is one more process and one more mode in which our body can exist, which is flight and fight. Now, when is that active? When we are stressed, when we are thinking about something but we are doing something else, when we are eating but we are busy in our mobile, we are scared of something, we are chasing a deadline, and all of these similar situations, they can activate our flight and fight response. Now, if you want to know why all of this happens, I have given a detailed explanation of this in this video where I talk about the early man and how that process and how that era actually led to how our body behaves today. If you want to know more about this whole process, you can watch this video after you watch this one. So, one mode is rest and digest, where our body gets stimulated by the thought of food, and then the digestion process begins and the digestion process follows smoothly. The other mode is that our body will be in the flight and fight mode, where our brain will not be stimulated enough to produce all the digestive hormones and digestive enzymes in order to digest the food properly. In that case, what will happen? Our brain and our body will not be prepared to digest the food properly. And what will happen then? Rotten, undigested, and semi-broken down food is going to pass through our system, which will eventually reach our intestines and our large intestine, where the healthy bacteria will actually try to break it down, but then because it is not completely digested, they won't be capable enough to do that. And in that process, the bad bacteria will also come into the picture, which I have already spoken about in this video. But in this process, what is going to happen is that there is going to be a lot of gas, heaviness, bloating, and constipation. And this is the origin of all the digestive disorders, starting from a very innocent acidity to as big as stomach ulcers. Giving you a little gist about ulcers, they are nothing else but our brain incapable of stimulate enough acid in our stomach for the digestion of food. And because that stomach acid is getting late in the production, that eventually starts to eat up our own stomach lining, and that's how the ulcers happen. And to solve this problem, the usual thing which is done is that you pop up a Pantocid, or you have a little bit of an antacid in the form of tablet or liquid or anything else. But that is not a sustainable solution, because you are going to be dependent on that, and you will have to keep increasing the dosages without even thinking about the long-term effects of it. Instead, what you can do is that you can just start being a little more mindful about the food that you are eating. And that's how you will be able to stimulate your whole system, prepare your whole system for the digestion process which is going to happen. And because of that, your body is going to digest that food with 100% efficiency. Now, how exactly can we do that? There are certain things which you can actually imply in your daily life which can help you in improving your digestion process. Let's talk about some actionable tips now which you can do before eating and in your daily life, which can not only help you ease out your digestion but also help you absorb the most of your nutrients. First of all, the easiest thing that you can do is that you eat without your gadgets. So no television, no mobile phone, and no gadgets of any sort when you are eating. Second, you can do some breath work before you sit to eat, and that can be as easy as taking a few deep breaths in and out, which can actually calm you down and bring you to the present moment, and that can actually help you to focus on the food a lot better. Third, do you know that in Sanatan Dharma, there are a few mantras which are supposed to be chanted before we actually sit to eat, which actually evoke gratitude in us. So the shlok goes like this: Annapurne Sadapurne Shankar Pranavallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhartham Bhiksham Dehi Cha Parvati, which basically means that we are thanking the Devi or the feminine energy of the food which has basically provided us the food, and we are requesting that Lord, that energy, to bestow us with all the nutrients which are present in the food. And I can't even put this in words how much intrigued I am with our culture, because everything is just so scientific. Let's just talk about the science of gratitude. When we are grateful, oxytocin levels rise in our body. Oxytocin is a happy hormone, and which means that it is going to reduce the amount of cortisol in our body. When the cortisol levels reduce, our stress reduces. And when the stress reduces, we are more in the present moment. And when we are more in the present moment, our brain is going to function better. When our brain is going to function better, that's when our digestion is going to be better. I mean, moving on, my next tip is that you actually experience the food completely. Now, what do I mean by that when I say this? When we are eating the food, we actually need to put all our 5 senses into work. So you actually take time to appreciate how the food looks. You actually take time to smell the fragrance of the food. You actually take time to see the texture of the food. You touch the food and then feel the food. And in fact, again, this is one thing which blows my mind, because in our culture, the tradition says that we should be eating the food with our hands. So again, something very genius. Then next thing, that you actually hear the sound of the food as well. So is it crunchy, is it soft, and then you savor the taste of the food. So when you actually put time to put all of these senses into work, that's when you are going to be completely in the present moment, and that's when you will be actually activating your entire digestive system to absorb the maximum of the food that you're eating. My next tip is that as far as you can, avoid stress. I know this is not something that we can avoid. However, there are certain things that you can do to combat the stress. And to help you with the stress management, I have made this video over here, which you can see after you have watched this one. I'm going to link all of the videos that I have mentioned in this video in the description box. So I would request you that you go ahead and watch all of these videos. And in my next week's video, I am going to talk about, if at all you have crossed all of these stages and reached a point where your body is actively deteriorating day by day, then in that case, what all you can do. That video will be called inflammation, and so that you do not miss out on that video, I would request you that you click on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post that video. Although the video is going to be up next Sunday at 10 AM. With that out of the way, I would request you also to share this video with anyone you think is going to be benefited with this video. And if you have any questions about this topic, you can write me in the comments below, or you can reach me out on my Instagram, where I am active every day for some time. With that out of the way, I would request you to be a fit foodie, and I hope you had a good Diwali and you tried the laddu recipe that I had posted. If you have, then also tell me about how they came out. And I will see you next week. Till then, take care of yourself, and I love you unconditionally. Bye.